What's going on YouTube? My name is ginj-tcg or Chris, and today I am back with another single prize deck that I have been cooking with on the ladder, and that is Ancient Box with just the single prize Pokemon, as well as Radiant Greninja for our only draw engine in the deck. Revolving around Roaring Moon, with the Fenchant's Fletching attack, you do 70 damage plus 10 for every ancient card in your discard pile. And when you have 4 Flutter Mane, 4 Roaring Moon, 4 Koraidon, 4 Earthen Vessels, 4 Explorer's Guidance, 4 Sadas, and 4 Ancient Booster Energy Capsules, you stack up a lot of damage really fast because we have heavy discard between Guidance, Secret Box, and Vessel. And Pokéstop as well, just to draw into a lot, and even discard a capsule or an Explorer's Guidance actually helps you, I feel like, more times as well. Surprisingly, it doesn't hurt you like it does in other decks. We even have Trekking Shoes just to try to get even more ancient cards in the discard pile to boost that attack. So Roaring Moon is the main attacker. It just goes phenomenally into so many decks because you swing for just honestly outstanding numbers. You could easily one-shot a Charizard EX for the second to last, maybe even third to last attack for the game. Usually second to last and last attack though. And Flutter Mane is another clutch attacker for certain matchups. If you're playing against Stall, which is in a really good position right now, you could just put every single Flutter Mane in play, plus 2 Roaring Moons, and then you could just free retreat your Flutter Manes into your Roaring Moons and hit for insane damage against Stall, which is really annoying for them since you turn off both active abilities. So block Stall wouldn't work, and you could retreat and just play Sada and keep your energy in play from retreating. Koraidon is another, I think, undervalued attacker in this deck. I see a lot of lists that don't play energy to use either attack. I am playing 1 fire and 1 fighting energy in this deck because Primordial Beatdown, if you're playing against Lost Box, Gardevoir, and Lugia, and you use this as an early attacker, if you have a fighting energy in your hand or you have Vessel and you can pull it out, I think it's legit and you should use it because if you have max damage, you can swing 150, which 2-shots Lugia V-Star. But more importantly, you can deal with Minchinos if you have an awkward time getting your Roaring Moons in play because you're swinging for good damage to KO easy basics. Same thing in Lost Box. You could kill Cram pretty easily with this card and live a Spit innocently, which is huge with pretty much every Pokemon in the deck except Flutter Mane. But yeah, I mean, this deck I thought cooked. I mean, I think this list is legitimately solid. I think Secret Box for consistency has been absolutely amazing in this deck. And something I realized while playing it is this deck has one big advantage that a lot of other decks don't. It's that all of our main attackers, being Roaring Moon and Koraidon, can also live Ampu very much from Iron Hands EX, which is in so many decks right now. So the ability to actually live that and then return KO it is amazing. So, yeah, I mean, for the list, we don't really have anything else too crazy. We're playing 1 Kieran, more for the damage boost, but it is a nice switch if they try to, Gust up Greninja or something like that. We're playing only 2 Gust cards. We're playing 1 Boss's Order and 1 Counter Catcher. We're playing 3 Trekking Shoes to kind of help us fly through the deck when we need to, or just get off Pokéstop to maybe help us dig for a supporter if that's what's needed. And we've got 3 Dark Patch. I don't think there's a need to play 4 in this deck. Honestly, I might even take out a Dark Patch just for something else, because if you use your Sadas efficiently, as well as your manual attachments, you surprisingly don't need many. But 3 is super nice to have, especially when you have 4 Earthen Vessel, because you could just discard a Dark Energy and then use Dark Patch to still attach it. So you can have turns where you legitimately don't need Sada as well to set up a Roaring Moon. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the list. I can't wait to show this to you guys. This is something I'm legitimately considering, and it's pretty high on my list, honestly, for Baltimore Regionals, which is the next regionals I'll be going to. And I'm thinking about my next stream being the 2 or 3 top decks I have to play to that regional. I kind of want to lock in on the archetype. Obviously, the 60 might change by the time the regional comes out. I mean, we still have the Shrouded Fable set to come out in August, but I kind of want to lock in on my archetype so I could just start practicing and really getting to know its matchups. And I'm thinking about doing a stream where I play my top 3 decks for Baltimore and kind of just see what's up, or if, there's something, maybe I should take one off the list and kind of replace it. So if that's something you'd want to see, or you definitely want me to do, let me know in the comments, because I would love to do it and see if anyone wants to hang out in the stream while I run it. But yeah, seriously, thank you so much for the support. We are almost at 200 subscribers, and I cannot tell you how insane that is after, I think the channel is almost a month old or a month old. So to be that far this fast has actually blown my mind, and I am so grateful for the support. So thank you guys so much for that. Seriously, you don't know how much it means to me. But enough yapping about Ancient Box and how grateful I am for you guys. Let's get into these 3 matches, see if we can pick up a positive record with Ancient Box. Welcome to match number 1, where we are playing against the Spice, staring at a Kangaskhan EX and Chien-Pao. Oh, that's a fire combo. Kangaskhan EX is a super fun EX card. Triple draw, 1 energy, draw 3 cards, but in incessant punching, you flip 4 coins, every heads is 100 damage. So that deck can cook if you get it going well enough. And this hand is a little rough, I'm not gonna lie, but that's cool. I mean, we could rock with it. Honestly, I might take the fighting energy here because there's a chance I might need Koraidon. I'm not gonna play it yet though. I'm gonna Pokéstop. I'm gonna see what I get off this Pokéstop, see if it's anything big. Ultra Ball could actually help. I could 100% take a Radiant Greninja. Probably should have prize checked it, but that's fine. I'll get rid of this card because if I get Sada and get that fighting energy as well, that would be super sweet. And you know what I prized? Greninja. So little upsetting, but it's cool, it's cool. We'll take the Roaring Moon. We'll bench... I don't really want to bench Koraidon yet. I'm also not entirely sure they'll get an attack off because they don't have any sort of energy acceleration engine. And if they play double turbo energy, I'll just cope with that. And we'll pass here. And something super nice about playing a deck like Ancient Box, you don't mind falling behind prize cards at all. You're playing all single prizers. You could fall 2 prizes is hard, but you could fall down 2 prizes and still make a legitimate comeback. And our opponent seems to be having a rough time too. They're just going to run triple draw. They're not going to play the Pokéstop, which I respect. I mean, that's smart, I guess. You know, if they know they don't have items like that, we're going to keep running it. I'm pretty confident in it, and that's massive for us. So I'm going to play the shoes first, try to just thin a little farther in my deck. You know what? Actually, I will take that, because if I don't get Sada off this gear, I just have the manual attach, and I could just run it with that. And we get Sada, but which would I take? We've got Fighting and Dark Energy and Discard. So I could take Sada. I'm between Sada and Guidance. I think I'm going to go Sada, and I'm just going to go for the bigger setup here. I don't mind doing a little less damage. We're going to be two-shotting this guy anyways, and I think that's great for us. I don't know if I want to play Koraidon either. I might just wait maybe for another Ultra Ball or something like that and just start getting rid of them, because I think we could just run this matchup with Roaring Moons. So I'm going to go for that. Oh, I just realized, you know what? We didn't have another Dark Energy in discard. That's fine, though. I could just attach the one here. I could keep the Fighting in discard for now. That's cool. Actually, I'm really, really cool with that. We can attach the energy to active. We can Ultra Ball away both Koraidons. If I need them, I can always rod them back later. And I'm going to take a third Roaring Moon just so I don't get rid of it next turn with Pokéstop. I'll also... You know what? Actually, I don't know if I need to play the Ancient Booster Capsule. If he does incessant punching, he needs 2 heads anyways, and I don't necessarily get saved. He needs 2 heads anyways. This doesn't necessarily save me. It could be another Ancient card in the discard pile, but we're two-shotting regardless, so it also doesn't fix that math perfectly. I'd rather hold on to it just another turn in case I'll need it down the road. Sorry, I sneeze again. Allergies are still... I'm doing better. And I think I'm adjusting to the new area I live with a bit more trees, but it's still getting to me a little bit, especially when it becomes like the evening, which is odd. The evening and the early morning really get me. And I'm recording. I know this video is going to come out in the early morning, but I'm recording. I do my recordings like the night before, and then I schedule them to upload in the morning just because it's easier with my work schedule. But our opponent just, I don't know if it was cut, our opponent just drew for turn. Now they're going to rip the Pokéstop, and they get some pretty good cards. Definitely happy I didn't play that tool now, because I don't want it in the lost zone, I want it in discard. And Ogerpon would have been whatever. Honestly, it would have just been a big prize liability in this matchup, because I plan on solely attacking with Roaring Moon, and they get rid of Pokéstop, which really hurts. And they play their third energy. It seems like they're going to go for the big KO here. Let's see how they flip. If they just get 1 heads, it's going to be so massive for us. Nope. Alright, they do 300 damage, so we're cooked. We're absolutely cooked there, but that's all right. I mean, we're gonna return KO with this Roaring Moon, and we'll see if that could bail us out a little bit. We are gonna need a rather big top deck here if we want to keep going, but I still like where we're sitting in this matchup. I think we could definitely take a deck like this, and Explorer's Guidance is kind of exactly what we need, so I'm super cool with that. And we can take Secret Box for sure, and Dark Patch and Guidance both actually go like crazy hard. But I think I'm probably going to use Secret Box next turn to get a Sada. So I actually don't think I'll need this Guidance here. I'd rather take the Dark Patch and make sure this Roaring Moon can attack next turn. So let's do that. That will be pretty nice for us. How much are we swinging for? Oh, we're swinging for actually insane damage right now as well. So we're going to throw an energy onto this guy. We're going to throw this down here. Are we close to one shot? We're at 190. So we need 3 more Ancient cards in the discard pile to OHKO Qianpao next turn. Which, honestly, that's like super manageable. So I'll swing 190 here. I'm going to keep the Ancient Booster Capsule because, again, didn't fix the math, and I'm going to discard it next turn with Secret Box because I really want to keep the Pal Pad, because if I could get a couple Sadas back, that would be massive for us. And we get Pokegear, which I'm also probably going to keep to dig out Sadas again after that, because we should still have 2 or 3 in the deck. Yeah, I don't remember if one is prized, but we should at least have 2 Sadas left in the deck, and we got 23 cards. So I really like where we're sitting going into this next turn. And I think that's something I learned playing Ancient Box. When I'm playing against a deck like Qianpao, I'm not worried about 2 Roaring Moons getting KO'd on the same exact time. So this board state honestly is fine for me. I know I'm going to take Secret Rod back with Secret Box, and I'm going to try to draw into another Roaring Moon, or really any Pokemon, just to make sure I stay in the game a little longer, even if that's Koraidon or Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane I'm definitely the most hesitant about, because if they play something like Greninja, that could easily KO a Flutter Mane and, you know, just litter some more damage, which could be a little annoying, but I think we could totally make it work. And they whiffed the attack there. Oh, that's massive. Oh, we're punishing them super hard for that. We could play Kieran here. Kieran honestly goes kind of crazy, but I'm going to play it smart. I'm going to play it safe. We're just going to discard 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to take a Sadas. We're going to take a Rod, and we'll take our Tool. And that should be pretty good. Oh, actually, we don't need to take Rod yet. Should I take Rod? What other item would I take? Not really any of those. Let's just take the Rod. Rod goes kind of hard right now. We got 210. Oh, yo, we'll do perfect math with this. So first, let's Rod back these guys. And do I want to take one Koraidon? Like, not really. So we'll just take back the 2 Pokemon. And I'll probably just Sadas for 1 again, because I don't need any of those energies on these guys. And that's a legit hand right there. I'm just gonna get rid of the Tool, take out whatever energy is left with this. 2 is perfect, and we'll see if I could draw into a Roaring Moon with these Trekking Shoes. Do I want that in my hand? Nah, I don't need it at this point. I'm gonna be, oh yeah, I definitely don't need it at this point. I am ready to rumble right now. Definitely want the Nest Ball, because we're about to get an unholy amount of Roaring Moon ready to go. And we're kind of just going to put the beat down on our opponent here, swinging for 230 with Vengeance Fletching. And I feel like I haven't even gone, like, hyper aggressive. Like, if you want to go aggressive against Charizard, you want to play more Guidance and rely on Dark Patch to set up Moon more. But if I'm going against something like Qianpao or Miraidon or Lost Box or something like that, I'm going to revolve way more around Sada and just play it, like, slightly more casually. Because I know off that Secret Box, I'm pretty sure... Oh, actually... There it is. That's just the chip. So, do I try to just get everything in discard here? It'd be kind of rude. I'd feel bad. I don't want to be that guy. So, you know what? I'm just going to swing for the KO. I'm going to run away with the chip. I'm not going to see what the max damage is, because this is just not super cool to do, in my opinion. And we will take a super easy, like an insanely easy game number 1, but really show off just how well this deck could cook, even when our draw engine is prized. So I will see you guys in game number 2, where we can hopefully make this deck go 2-0. Welcome to match number 2, where both our opponent and I took a mulligan. Our opponent seems like they're playing Charizard EX. They had a bunch of fire energy in their mulligan hand. I could show it off real quick. Took a mulligan. Yeah, bunch of fire energy. Rare Candies, Arvins, that just screams Charizard. Rotom and Cleffa to lead. Yeah, Yeah, that's a Charizard deck. But if they don't get any Charmanders down, we are going to take off against them because there is like a 110% chance I'm playing Secret Box this turn and I am getting Professor Sada's Vitality for an attack. All right, we could 110% make this work. I want to play these now so I don't accidentally get rid of them with Secret Box. And I think the order I want to run this, we're going to do that first. That's actually really good to get a Dark Energy now. I'm going to run the Pokéstop now and just see if I could get anything, like any other items that could be big. Surprisingly, I'm cool with that because we're just going to do more damage with Vengeance Fletching. We lose Boss's Orders, but I have Palpat, so I'm not super worried about that. I am... Oh, actually, this is hard. I might have to get rid of a Dark Energy here because I don't want to lose either of these. Kieran's pretty big against Charizard because that 30 damage could be a make or break on Charizard EX. So I am going to get rid of these, which I know is a little stressful, but I can take Sada, I could take Vessel, I could take the Stadium and the Capsule. And I'm going to be taking a KO here, so I could use the Vessel to discard the Capsule, because when they evolve Charizard, they're going to be swinging 210 anyways, because I'm taking the first prize right now. So let's just do that, and let's just get even more energy into play. We got one Roaring Moon prized. Okay, decent to know. I'll figure the rest out as we go. So I'm pretty... I just kind of go with the flow with this deck. You know, I'll make it work, whatever we get. And I don't necessarily feel the need to play Flutter Mane here. It's not really going to help us out much, and I'd rather just discard it later. So I think I'll just swing for a big KO with Vengeance Fletching. And I like that start. I mean, I think that's a pretty good start. I think if we could have got one more Roaring Moon in play just for next turn, that would have been ideal. But our opponent didn't get a single Charmander down on their first turn, or Pidgeot, so I'm not super scared of seeing a massive attack this turn. And who knows, maybe I could just, you know, hammer into this Rotom. That would be pretty sick for sure. And they're going to get an Arven, so 100% chance I'm seeing Buddy Buddy Poffin and Forest Seal Stone. I feel like, yup, called it. And we'll probably see double Charmander off the Buddy Buddy Poffin, just so they make sure they get him going. And I'm curious if they'll try to get another Pidgey or B-Barrel in play, in case they're worried I've got another Gusting card. I don't. Or at least, even if I get Counter Catcher, it wouldn't work. But I'm curious to see what they'll take. And they'll play Forest Seal Stone now. That's interesting, because if they don't use the card, I know they've got something epic for next turn. And something to note about this deck, there is 0 hand disruption. Like, actually, no hand disruption whatsoever. So whatever your opponent's hand is just what it is. And it bothers me a little bit, because I love hand disruption. But also, like, we're just slugging it out. And they instant charge, giving me Rotom. Oh, we need to take a KO here. I want to go up 3 prizes against this deck more than anything. Do I Pokéstop first, or do I Greninja? I think I'm going to Pokéstop first. I think we'll play the Pokéstop, and then I can do Greninja after. That's pretty big, actually. I'm in love with that right there. So we're going to Trekking Shoes. Don't need that at all. Give me a Pokemon. Alright, that's not bad. It's not the Pokemon I want. Let me play Gear to see if I could get Sada. Alright, honestly, I was hoping for Explorer's Guidance there, because we had the Dark Patch, the manual attachment, and that would have let me see more cards to find a Nest Ball or another Roaring Moon. So let's just concealed cards, and let's get rid of the Fire Energy, because there's a chance I might have to throw Koraidon down. And we get Nest Ball, actually, so that's so perfect. We're going to take Roaring Moon. I'm going to hold on to the Dark Patch a little longer. I could play Koraidon again. Nah. Let's just accelerate the 1 energy. That's fine. And that should be good. What are we at damage-wise? We're close. We're not there, though. And I don't think we're going to get there, which is, like, super unfortunate. Oh, I hate Whiffing Nut so much. That's why I wanted Guidance, man. Guidance would have threw so much more in discard. That's alright, though. I mean, we could swing. Oh, no, we can't even play Kieran, nor would Kieran put us there. We would be 10 damage short. That's so unfortunate. All right, well, let me just thin the deck a little more for next turn. Is there anything else I can do? Not really. Not really anything I need to do, to be honest. I'm going to hold that Palpat. I might need Boss later, especially to KO this Rotom. So we'll just swing for 150. and roll with the punches. I mean, whiffing the KO hurts, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, honestly, we did a good job setting up just another Roaring Moon that turn, which I think is phenomenal for us. And surprisingly, I don't know if I'm super scared of Radiant Charizard. We could KO it pretty easily. It disrupts our prize trade a little bit, but we already are on odd prizes. So if I have to KO Radiant Charizard, not Greninja, that's my Radiant, not theirs. I think we'd be in an okay spot. Honestly, that might just help us possibly. And they're gonna get a bunch of evolution energy on an unevolved Charizard EX. They have to get Charizard this turn. There's no way they don't. They have so many cards in hand and Quick Surge. I can't imagine they don't have it. Yeah, okay, there it is. So, they are down 4 energy, though. Actually, 5. They did retreat, didn't they? Yeah, they're down 5 energy, and possibly 6 if they use that to retreat their Rotom, which might be all their fire energy in the deck, which is really, really big for us. Oh, they have Switch. Okay, I was like, wait, that's not able to retreat. Nope, they just had the Switch card. Alright, so not bad. Definitely, they might be in the driver's seat for a little bit, but as long as we get 2-shot the Charizard and maybe just play 1 Guidance now and none for the rest of the game, because I don't want to deck out, and we're just going to have to start using Sada a lot. But I don't know, so never mind. Actually, I'm just going to stop talking, and I'm going to draw a whole bunch of new cards, and all my ancient Pokemon that were in my hand that I wanted in discard are now in the bottom of my deck. But we get pretty much the next best thing. Jamming Tower's fine. I don't plan on playing any tools. It does hurt a little bit because I think I'm down both stops now. Is that 2 in discard? No. I played 2 stops and I got 1 more in the deck, so we can still hopefully try to dig that out. But we are at some really, really good damage now. I mean, we should be, after this turn, we should be swinging over 200. I don't think we could push 330 this turn. That's a little much to ask for, but we could try. Yeah, we're at 160. There's no shot we get there. I can Earthen Vessel away the Flutter Mane, though. I don't think we have any energy left. Oh, we do, actually. We have a whole bunch. Do I have any Roaring Moons? No. I do have Koraidon, though. And with my current setup, I might want to take one with the Nest Ball. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. So I was thinking take this. I might want to take one with the Nest Ball, because I could potentially clean up a KO if I fill up a bench. Let's do it. I'd rather just play it safe than sorry. Let me just take 1 Koraidon now, and if I need to, I could try to load up this bench at the end of the game and clean up a KO on Charizard EX, and I can also get rid of the fighting energy, since I could use Sada's to put that here and then put the Dark on another Roaring Moon. So I like this play. This should be alright. And we get a Rod, which is super nice, because next turn, after I lose a second Roaring Moon, I'm probably going to play Rod. So let's set up both our benched Pokemon pretty well. And what else do we get here? That's great, actually. That's a phenomenal... You know what I kind of want to do? Maybe we play Dark Patch now and manual attach to Koraidon as well. And then, boom. So many setup Pokemon now. And we have another one in our hand. Honestly, I might keep that just to load up the bench for next turn. Because we could take a KO with Koraidon, that would be awesome. If we could keep a Roaring Moon in the back pocket and ready to rumble, that'll be amazing. So I'm kind of really liking this hand. Because next turn, let's see. I mean, we could cap out at 120, which they have 140, right? Oh, that's so close and just so far. That Greninja low-key kind of hurts us. That's annoying. Alright, so maybe I'll have to use Koraidon later. Honestly, I could save it just for, like, a late game cleanup on this Rotom. We have Counter Catcher. So if we did get that next turn somehow, I probably still wouldn't use it. I'd probably just KO their active Charizard, but it's definitely an option. Or I could KO Pidgeot. If I get to 280 and I have Counter Catcher, I'm just KOing Pidgeot. But again, I'm not sure if I'm going to get there unless I get a Guidance this turn and discard pretty much all Ancient Pokemon. And I get Pokéstop to, or not Ancient Pokemon, Ancient Cards, period, and I get Pokéstop to then discard more Ancient Cards. I think that's like the only way I could get there at this point. But our opponent is setting up really nicely and making a legit comeback. And they play Team Yell's Cheer, which is, that's interesting. That's a cool supporter, I guess, to throw in Charizard. Just get your Ionas back. I don't know why they got Cleffa back in the deck. That's interesting. But, you know, they got some... I mean, I like that. Get a bunch of good supporters back. Maybe Boss's Orders you could use to put that back in the deck. It's solid. And, yeah, we're not going to be able to KO here because we're going to do 120. They've got 140 health. If we had 20 more damage, that would have been so perfect. But we were just short. Charizard also, surprisingly, is one of the hard... Not surprisingly, I feel like it makes sense. It's one of the hardest matches, period, for Ancient Box. So that's why I don't really stress if I don't... You know, like, if it's a close game, it's going to be hard because it's just so hard for our deck to do that much damage, surprisingly. I want to Rod first, then Guidance, and see if I could draw into one of my Roaring Moons as well. Do I want a Dark Energy? Not really, because Sada could be big at any point. So let's just take these two guys back. Because I'm definitely going to need both of them. Like, 100% going to need both of them. And let's run a Guidance here, see what I could pull. And that's phenomenal. Oh, Kieran. Oh, gosh. I hate to get rid of Kieran and my next Pokéstop, but I think I kind of need the gear more. Yeah, I feel like I'll just need the gear a whole ton more. It's my last gear because I'll pretty much guarantee a supporter next turn, and I think it's going to be more important for us to close out. So let's just take the gear. That hurts though. That definitely hurts. 200 damage. That's actually we're getting up there in damage, and I like it. I think I'll also just manually attach this energy. I don't really feel the need to draw this turn. There's no way we could one-shot Pidgeot this turn because we're swinging 200. Let's just manual attach here. Put ourselves in a good position for a Sada next turn. And we can swing with Vengeance Fletching, take the KO, go up one prize. And we're running the deck really close to deck out. Like, this is going to be one of those where it's like, ooh, man, I don't want to deck myself out at all. And it's going to be hard not to do that. Yeah, actually. You know, that's going to be, like, super difficult to do. If we top deck Palpad and I could get back the boss, though, off a gear, oh my god, would we be in business? But I might just have to use this rod to put some ancient cards back, like Pokemon back. Even, or energy. I guess energy would be better, just so I don't deck myself out. Because that'll buy me, like, maybe a turn or two max. But it'll really depend how well we can keep these Roaring Moons running. And if I ever whiff a KO by 10 damage, I will have known that putting this Koraidon in play was a mistake. But for now, I'm rocking with it. I think it was fine. I think it was cool. So, it was definitely... Maybe I could have mathed it out better and saw it wasn't as useful as I thought it could have been in the moment, but I didn't know how much Vengeance Fletching did, because when I hit Inspect Board, I couldn't actually click on the Roaring Moon and see the damage, so I was like, I didn't really care too much. But, oh, you know what we could do now? We could put up Koraidon as an attacker now, because there is a good chance I could whiff Dark Energy. And we're doing so much damage that'll buy me another turn to then set up these Roaring Moons. So, oh, actually, can't whiff Dark Energy. I don't know if I have any left in the deck. I play 6, and we got 2 in play. Oh, yep, we got nothing left. But I could discard some ancient cards, which is nice. How much am I swinging for? 90? I could throw one Flutter Mane down. I might get Roaring Moon, to be honest. I have one in the deck, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna not play an ancient Pokemon now. I'm just gonna get rid of the tool because it's useless with Jamming Tower, and I got no way to get rid of that. Yeah, we do have one left, and just 3 Guidance. But we do have the Palpad. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so gross. You know what we could do? We could take the Guidance, discard the deck, take Palpad, and put in Boss. Actually, you know what? That goes kind of hard. Because we could put... Oh, but I need Sada as well. And we're not taking a KO. What am I swinging? 90 damage. Alright, you know what? We'll leave that for... Nope, I think... I think we have to. Sorry, heavy thought there. I think we just have to. Because we're going to discard our deck. Oh, man, I don't know if we could live this one. We're going to have to load up. So off Explorer's Guidance right here. I might have just decked myself out doing this, but like I'll cope later. We're going to take Palpad and Roaring Moon. Discard our deck. Then we're going to Palpad, Sada, and Boss. And then I guess hope I get Sada off the top deck. How much would I be swinging for? 1, 2, 3. So that's 5, 6, 10, plus 3, 13, 17, 19. So 190 plus 70 is 260. 260 plus 90. 26 plus 9 is, oh my gosh, 30. Enough to KO, I believe. So I'm going to just swing, question mark. I really hope I did that math right. I don't know if I did. 26 plus 9 should be 35. 350 damage. I think I did that right. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that could be scary. I mean, that's not good. It's like not good at all. How much energy do they have in play? Actually, there's a chance I could just boss up Rotom and they can't retreat it. Oh, they've only got 5 in play, dog. No, they have 6. I know that. I know they got 6. That's not good. They boss. No. Oh, no. Oh, well, now if I get boss... Actually, if I get boss or Sada, I think I could be in a decent... Decent is very relative. I'm in an interesting spot. I'm gonna say I get boss. Am I gonna regret this? Oh, thank gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is crazy. And yeah. No, that's cool. You know what I could do? I don't really want to Rod here. I could counter Catcher, actually. And then keep the boss. Because then I know for a fact I could KO Pidgeot. So, oh, whoopsies. Let's play the counter Catcher. And take this guy. And swing for KO. And then, if he Iono's next turn, actually... Am I cooked? Because I don't have Rod. Man, maybe I should have played the Rod. But then I wouldn't have necessarily got Iono off the top deck. Oh, I get Sada! No! I need that for next turn. But I have a feeling our opponent's going to Iono. So if they don't Iono, I'm going to explain the play right now. Because I think I've just got it like that. Oh, wait, no. I can't boss and Sada at the same time. Oh, I have Dark Patch, though. They boss! Oh. What does that mean for us? Is there any way I could play Dark Patch and Rod and get an energy? I don't think so. I don't think there is. No, there's not. Maybe I do just lose this. Like, just barely. By, like, the skin of my teeth. I mean, we fought our heart and soul out in this one, though. I mean, we gave it the best shot we could, so I'm not upset either way. I just don't know, like, because we can't play Boss and Sada. And I don't have a Dark Energy left to top deck either, and I know I'm getting Sada, so it's like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Alright, so I could play this. I could play this. And then I could Sada and Boss, but that doesn't really help me much, does it? No. I don't know how much I'm swinging for. Definitely not enough. That's for sure. I might as well just swing, though. I mean, we got to get back the energy to Sada so I can at least attack, right? And it doesn't matter what cards I take as long as they're not ancient cards, because that's our only hope. I can't even boss anything and hope they don't ever retreat. Yeah, I literally just have to Sada. Man, that was so close. But I think we just lost it. So here, we just throw the one energy down. Doesn't matter the other energy. I'm just gonna retreat. We gave it our all, and I think we're short on damage. Oh my gosh. One more ancient Pokemon in discard and one Kieran would have made the difference, but sadly it's not there. GG's to our opponent. Oh my god, that hurts! That hurts so much! Whiffing that KO on Rotom sold. If I dug a little deeper and KO'd that Rotom and didn't leave it with like 40 HP, we would have had it. But instead, I flubbed it and I'm 40 damage off. Are they just sitting and waiting? What are they waiting for? Oh man. Also, I've taken forever in this game. I feel bad. I know sometimes, like, a lot of people on Twitter have been complaining about how people take way too long in this game, but I'm at 12 minutes. I'm so sorry. All those people on Twitter who complain about everyone taking forever, it was me. I apologize. I'm trash. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. I hope it hasn't been too slow, because this is also going to be a video no one wants to watch, excuse me, someone play, like, super slow. So I hope it was a bearable pace. I just feel like there were so many situations where I was sitting here like, gosh, what do I do? Wait, they pass! Yo, respect to our opponent, dog. Respect. That was the way to win. Man, if there was even one more card in my deck, I mean, he would have just attacked and not the KO. That was close. That was insane. That was an awesome game number 2. Again, if I ever lose games like that, I had no problems losing. That was one of the most fun games I've ever played with Roaring Moon, and that is like the hardest matchup for the deck, which I think proves a really good point, because we had an amazing shot of winning there. We were just so close and whiffed it. I think on the Rotom was the biggest part where we could have turned that, like, guaranteed we won that, but it happens. I mean, sometimes the cards just don't line up in your favor. This game, I think it felt like it with them whiffing Charmanders, but then we whiffed a KO, so it bounced out, and it worked out more for them. But that was, again, a phenomenal game number 2. If you made it this far in the video, yo, hit that subscribe button for me, dog. I think like 90% of my audience isn't subscribed, and I'm so close to 200. So I just need like literally like 4 of y'all or like 6 of y'all or something like that to listen to this message and just hit that button down below so I can hit 200, because that would be literally insane if I did that in a month. But let's get into match number 3. Into match number 3, where we're going to try to go for a big bounce back game after that Charizard loss, and our opponent took a mulligan. I'm pretty sure they're playing Raging Bolt. I mean, they got the sleeves. Their mulligan was very Raging Bolt. Like, very... Yeah, there it is. And I like our Raging Bolt matchup a lot. We can easily KO Teal Mask Ogerpon, and we can, honestly, we could deal with the Raging Bolt, even with the tool attached. We could OHKO one of those as well. And we're a single prize deck. Raging Bolt does not want to see that. But our Roaring Moon is loving it. So we've got a decent hand. If we have Greninja in deck, we've got a decent hand, because we can discard this energy and then use Sada to attach it to active and just hopefully get an energy or Earthen Vessel. And the chances are pretty high, because we play 4 Earthen Vessel and, what, 8 energy? 9 energy? Which isn't a lot of energy, but with Earthen Vessel, like, yeah, it adds up. Or to get, like, a... what do you call it, like Pokéstop, and get it off that Secret Box. You know, there's a lot of cards we could draw into to help us get an energy if we need. So they got a big squawk here. Makes sense. I mean, they definitely have as good a turn 1 as Raging Bolt can ask for. Forcing them to go first also does legitimately help us, like, a good bit. So, especially if we could pull an attack off. If we could pull an attack off here, we're going to be in a great spot. And if we can't, that's okay. I think we'll still be alright, because we're playing a very aggressive deck like Raging Bolt, so if we gotta fall behind 1 prize card, I think we'll be alright. And they're gonna get a pretty legit hand. 2 fighting energy? Alright. Yeah, they got Sada in hand, for sure. There's a 100% chance they have Sada next turn, and we're gonna be staring down 2 Raging Bolts that are set up. So we get a Rod. That doesn't help us too much at the moment, please. Thank you. Give me that. I'll prize check later. That's a later issue. For now, let me rip the discard. Perfect. Alright, yeah, we guaranteed that we're getting a pretty big attack off this turn. Let me Vessel first to get rid of Flutter Mane. Not going to help us too much this matchup. Give me those dark energies. I'm going to need them. They're super nice. Let me run shoes. No, I want that in discard, so Sada's got full effect. And Secret Box. Oh, that's sweet, actually. We're going to pull off a crazy turn one. Like, actually an absolutely insane turn one. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, we're pulling off the turn one of turn ones right now. So we want to get rid of, honestly, an energy here. And then we want to take another, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but we'll take these back. How much damage are we at? 110. I think I'm going to be short of a KO if I used Secret Box. But there's like a 1000% chance they Sada and not Iono this turn. So I'm cool with swinging 110 and using Secret Box next turn. I could put a tool in the active, force them to get rid of a third energy, actually. That could be kind of fun. Because then I could just discard a fighting energy with the Secret Box if I need to, if I top deck something really good. So let's just do that. Try to make them discard just a little bit more. And we'll swing for 110, which is great. We're two-shotting Ogerpons now. And next turn, unless they Iono, I'm guaranteeing two-shotting Raging Bolts for the rest of the game with Roaring Moon because of Secret Box. And I'm just going to get rid of Flutter Mane, Ancient Booster Capsule, and if nothing else is fighting energy. So they just ripped the Sada, didn't they? That's perfect. Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, sweet. We're in a great spot. Like, actually a phenomenal spot. I really like where we're sitting. If they don't get a tool on their Raging Bolt, there's a decent chance we could actually just we need another 13 ancient cards and discard, which is a lot. Like a whole lot. And even if we take guidance and hit a massive guidance, I don't know if it's possible. So I think we just play it safe and go Sada and just keep two-shotting them. I mean, we're going into a two-prize deck. If we just keep two-shotting and looping our Roaring Moons, we are chilling. Now I need to check how many Roaring Moons are prized, because if it's just 2, we're cooked. But if we have 3, we'll make it work. If we have 4, we're golden. I just need 4 Roaring Moons, and the rest of my Sadas do not be prized. I think those are the only cards I really need at least 3 of in the deck for this matchup, which I feel like shouldn't be too much to ask for, but it is TCG Live, and if there ever was a time I would prize somehow 3 Roaring Moon, or 2 Roaring Moon and 3 Sada, it would be this game. So, we'll see. They're swinging 210, taking the big KO. We are severely hurting their... I mean, not severely hurting, actually, much. So, I was going to say, like, their energy, they got rid of a bunch, but it's not super hard to KO a deck like ours, so it doesn't really matter too much. And we get Sada there. Oh my gosh, that's huge. That's legitimately massive. Well, I know our other Sadas weren't totally prized, so that's cool. Let's Secret Box away. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, let's get rid of the fighting energy now. Let's spin that thing. And let's take another Sada, just so they think this is the one I had. Let's take a Nest Ball. I want our Pokemon in play. And we've got both Roaring Moons. That's good. And honestly, this could be a Koraidon match, because if I could take a Koraidon KO on Ogerpon here, that could be nice. And I know I've said that a few times now, but just rock with me. Just let me think it could happen. I want it to be used. It's a good card. We want this energy here. I don't really want concealed cards. I actually want a Pokéstop and run that Pokéstop as well. I'll take that. That's totally fine by me, because I don't really need another Ancient Booster Capsule. So we'll just do this. Now I can Greninja. I got no energy left in the deck. I guess they could boss stall our Greninja, but they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that at all. And we're gonna Sada. Draw 3 cards. We're gonna get our energy in play. And how's it looking? It's looking great, actually. So we're going to be taking a super long turn here. How much are we swinging for? 190? Yo, we're so close. We're so close. We could actually do 210 damage. Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. Because I could play Earthen Vessel. I might as well just thin a little bit more. Let me thin a little more. And we're going to be swinging for 210. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's scary. That's a lot of damage. Our second turn, we're up to 210. You know, if we played Guidance there, actually, Explorer's Guidance, we legitimately might have KO'd that Raging Bolt. But if we did that, we definitely wouldn't have been able to set up 1.5 more Roaring Moons. So, you know, I think what we did was the smarter and the safer play. But I like where we're sitting. I mean, we got 2 Pokemon heavily damaged, and they've only taken 1 prize. So they're going to go up 2 prizes, but we're going to make up that ground very, very fast. Literally next turn. So that's cool. Like, that's totally fine by me. Yeah, they're going to sod us too. I'm curious if they ever try to attack with Ogerpon, just because it'll one-shot because we're weak to grass. I don't think they will, because that's just such an easy return KO, but it's an option for our opponent. Although I just have a feeling they're just going to sack this Raging Bolt and just get rid of all the energy that's on their, or the 2 energy on their active. I'm curious, though. I'm curious to see what they do. For sure. If they have a switch out, that could work. If they retreat, that'd be interesting, because they'd be losing a lot of energy to retreat and attack. That'd be 5 energy down. Which is a lot when you're playing against a deck like Ancient Box. So I'm curious to see what they choose to do. If they give me 2 prizes, leave this in the active, or if they somehow try to get this Raging Bolt on the bench and play, and then, you know, take a big KO that way. But, I mean, if they just KO us and we play Sada, we're 10 damage short of KOing a Raging Bolt, no tools. Like, no tools on their Raging Bolt, and I think we could get one in play. Never... Oh, they put it on Ogerpon. That's really interesting. I didn't see that coming. Prime Catcher. Wow, are they taking Greninja? No. Another Roaring Moon. Okay. Alright, that's a fun... That's cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. Who do I want to take here? I might Prime Catcher this turn and take their full HP Raging Bolt if I could get up to 240. I think that would work better, because if they put a Bravery Charm on Raging Bolt, that's much harder to KO compared to this 260. I know we're going to be hitting 260 this match. So you know what? I'm probably going to Rod this turn as well and get back 2 Roaring Moons, because I think we could just rock with 4. Let me see if I can get rid of an Ancient card off this Pokéstop. We don't. We get rid of Kieran. That's a little upsetting. Alright, Trekking Shoes, don't fail me. Sada. I think we actually get rid of the Sada. Surprisingly. We've got, what, 2 in discard? These are our last 2 Sadas. But I think I have to go for a big KO in the Raging Bolt. I think that'll help us just more. And I could Pal Pad Sada's back. I hit the wrong thing. I'm such a bum. I'm literally such a bum. Alright, let me Rod back these 2. Roaring Moons, as well as... Do I take an energy just so I could Greninja? Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Let's take back the fire. That's fine. That's cool. And then let's play... I can't really Sada's here. I could Guidance, actually, and just keep Sada. Because we're at what? We're at 200. I really, really could Guidance here. Let's do it. Because we got a Roaring Moon for next turn. That's fine. They can't KO 2 Roaring Moons. So let's do this. We want... Oh my gosh. Do we want... I think we're still going to be just short. I could take Ultra Ball. Let's see. We were at 200. This is 210. This is 220. You know what? Actually, let's take these. This is crazy. But I might have to Ultra Ball away. What are we at? What are we at? We're at 230. So I literally just need 10 more. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're getting rid of Sada. I'll regret that decision later. Again, I probably should have checked if Pal Pad was there. I also probably could have Ultra Balled away. I could Ultra Ball away Pokéstop. They play Pokéstop. They're not going to get rid of Pokéstop. So I could just Ultra Ball these away and be fine. I should have Ultra Balled away Nest Ball and Sada and kept my Pokéstop, but whatever. That's fine. We got Boss and Pal, but we're fine. We're so golden. We're going to deck out. We're so going to deck out this game. But let's get these guys into play. Let's run a Counter Catcher. Gimme that Raging Bolt. And let's swing for KO and go even on prizes. Now, I've got Sada in hand. We're definitely done with Pokéstop. No more Pokéstops. Not decking out. Oh my god. Wait, if I could... Oh, I have to Sada next turn. I like have to Sada next turn. But getting Dark Patch and Energy off the prizes were, I think, the 2 best prizes we could... Actually, I don't have to Sada next turn. I could manual attach to active and Dark Patch a bench Roaring Moon. So this works out fine. Oh, would I? So I need to do 260. And to do 260, I mean, I'll be at 250 because they're going to KO this Roaring Moon. So I would need to play Sada, I guess. I'm really not happy about it. Because I don't want to Pokéstop because there's a legit chance we hit boss off stop. And I really want to draw into boss to KO any easier 2-prize. Although, actually, that might not matter. No, I don't want to play stop because I don't want to deck myself out. I learned what happened last game against Charizard when I did that, and I don't want to do it again. I got one more rod, though, I think. I don't totally remember if it's in the deck, but it's fine. That's a later problem. That's a later problem. We'll see what we draw into, and we'll run it from there. Yeah, that Raging Bolt has a lot of damage on it and energy on it, so if we KO that, they're probably still fine because they only need 2 energy to KO us, but it's kind of funny that they're also putting their heart and soul onto that Raging Bolt. So let's promote Roaring Moon here. What's our top deck? This could be big. Could be super big. Flutter Mane surprisingly doesn't help much. I'm just gonna Sada draw 3. That's cool. That is super cool. Let's set up this guy. Let's set up this guy. And how am I looking damage-wise? 260. That's perfect. That's actually so perfect. I think now that we have 2 Roaring Moons fully set up, we actually have game in hand. As we're doing 260. Yeah, we should. Do I play this? Because then they could KO it next turn, putting another card in discard. I don't know if that'll necessarily help us, but I think it'll thin the deck out a little bit, and I really like that. I could play Palpad now. I'm also not going to. I don't want to stack our deck because I really like the idea. I'm scared of an Iono next turn, so I kind of want to keep the energy and gears and boss just because those could be big for me finding boss next turn. So let's just swing for KO, and we've got game in hand. Again, I don't know if every Raging Bolt plays Iono, if any Raging Bolt plays Iono, if all of them play Iono. I don't totally remember. So I'm just going to hope we don't see it. I know they got a fourth Sada. You know, that's something I could check right now because I got Iono'd last game, and that absolutely devastated me. So let me just look at the top most recent list on Limitless. That's private tournament, and they play 1 Iono. Perfect. Please no. Please, not like this. Although I think another Raging Bolt. Oh, they just Bellowing Thunder. Never mind. We're chilling. We are so chilling this game. That is how we do it. And honestly, even if we didn't, let's say they somehow KO'd 2 of these, all we had to do, play Palpad, put Sada back in the deck, play Pokegear, take the Sada, we have the energy in hand, Sada plus manual attach energy, and we were doing an insane amount of damage. That was an awesome game to wrap up game number 3, and honestly, I think we did that so comfortably. It was actually insane. We're swinging 280. Again, Ultra Ball, 2 Ancient Pokemon in hand, 300, that's the max HP Raging Bolt would have if they had Ancient Booster Capsule energy in play. So again, yo, not super hard if you play your cards right to hit that big damage. 300 plus Kieran. Yo, was that Charizard EX KO'd I heard? I mean, it's manageable. It's hard, but it's manageable. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. We went 2-1. Yeah, because we lost against Charizard. We went 2-1, but like, yo, we go 2-1 and it's like that. Golden, man. This is why I love the deck so much. And you know what else I've been loving? The support from you guys. I seriously, again, I say it so much because this legitimately, like, makes my day. When I call my friends and, like, I call my girlfriend and I'm, like, talking to the people in my life, like, I'm always like, yo, like, I just got, like, 600 views. I just got, like, 30 likes or 25 likes. I got people commenting. I got people showing support. I'm almost at 200 subs. Like, I'm literally so excited. I actually, like, this has been so much fun for me, and I could not have had this much fun, or like I didn't realize I would have had this much fun if it wasn't for so many people showing support. So legitimately, like from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any decks you want me to play, I've got a list, and the next few videos actually are decks that have pretty much been requested or sent by people. So if you have something else you want me to play that you want to see on the channel, please send it, because like that's what I want to play too, especially if it's spicy. So again, thank you guys so much for making it this far in the video. Please, I hope to see you again in other videos and join me on my YouTube journey, and I hope you guys have the best day ever. Stay epic. Peace.